2018 was by far the best year for video games in several years. While yes, we had our disappointments like Fallout 76, amongst others, it was still the most fun I had being a gamer in a very long time. So let's dive into the best games I played in 2018. Some restrictions to my list include having to come out in 2018, no more Fallout 76 references, and finally, these are my favorite games, so if you disagree, let's get talking in the comments. Without further ado, let's get counting down to number 1. The first of 2 indie games barely makes the list, and I'll use the word game sparingly. It's more of a play that, while having multiple acts, also lets you follow different characters around to figure out everything that happened in this piece of entertainment. I don't want to say too much, I'd rather not spoil anything about the story, as it needs to be experienced open-mindedly, and once you start it, I know you're going to get hooked. It's the shortest game on this list, and I completed it in just under 3 hours, but I certainly never saw the end coming until the very last second.
No.
Stand back, miss.
This was the first new game I played this year. It's been a while since I raised my charge blade to the beak of a Rathalos, but thinking about that experience nearly 1 year later makes me want to jump right back in. I had never played a Monster Hunter game before this one, and the experience was a unique one to say the least. Every monster felt like it had a different personality, and hunting them down and chasing them never really felt like a chore, despite it actually being one. Somehow this game that tasks you with what looks like a boring list of chores to track the monster down kept it interesting enough for me to beat the game and a handful of tempered beasts. Sadly, my friends stopped playing this game, and it was a slog by myself, so I followed suit. I'm hoping The Witcher and the new DLC brings new life to the game in 2019, and I can convince the gang to jump right back in. Whoa, hang on. A good Mario Party game? I hear you skeptically cry, but yeah, it is. Super Mario Party brings the game back to its roots, while adding some new mechanics. Brand new minigames, and the ability not to travel together, which, to be honest, is the best selling point. The number of content here is great as well. A co-op mode, team play, and of course regular Mario Party is just the tip of the iceberg. There's also a single player mode, which I have yet to experience because who plays Mario Party alone? Right? Okay, so I've played like 10 of the games, but that's not the point. My only gripe with this game is the small sizes of the maps. Other than that, the greatest party game of all time has been revived, and me and my friends, and even my wife, not a video game person, have been playing this non-stop. Welcome back, Mario Party. I, for one, missed you.
You got a star.
I didn't spend the amount of time I wanted to with this game. As a huge fan of the Horizon series, I was excited to jump into this, but the timing couldn't have been worse, as I got married the same week this came out. So I have yet to dive deep into the different seasons, new world, or the new mechanics the game has to offer. I can see myself diving straight back into this into the new year, as what I saw was exciting enough to keep me going for hours on end, especially if I got a crew together. So hopefully come 2019, spring season will change everything for me. See what I did there? Because seasons change everything? Is that their tagline? 10 funny points to me! Wait, what are you doing? No! Okay, so before we go on a rant in the comments section, I am currently still playing this game. I love it, don't get me wrong, but to give you an idea of where I am in the story, I just met the second brother. I didn't have the time spent here to put it higher on the list. However, this game so far is a masterpiece. Watching Kratos be a father is extremely enticing and hilarious. Kratos interacting with the sun has by far been the highlight of this game. The two bump heads at every turn, and while his son is full of childlike wonder, Kratos is trying to teach him to grow up. The scenery is breathtaking, and the combat is so much fun. You feel like Thor whenever you call back your axe that you just impaled some guy with 20 feet away. The finishers are as brutal as you would expect from a God of War game. I can't wait to finish this game and see what else it has in store for me. Starting off the top half of this is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. They should have changed the tagline from Everyone's Here to Everything's Here. Over 100 stages, 74 characters. Well, until we get our hands on Piranha Plant and Joker, that is. God knows how many items. Hang on. How many items in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Oh, apparently 76 characters if you count all Pokemon trainers' Pokemon. There's it. Alright, here we go. 87 items, 59 assist trophies, and 55 Pokemon. Either way, it's an unlimited number of possible fights. Well, according to Matt Patton Game Theory, it's a limited number of fights, but a very large number of possible fights. I currently am on my second playthrough of Story Mode and have all the fighters. Filling out my roster was a blast, as well as extremely rewarding. I know I'll be playing this game non-stop for the next couple of months, perhaps even beyond.
Don't let a single one get away!
The Purple Dragon is finally back! Well, back in a good game anyway. The original Spyro Trilogy was the first couple of games I ever completed 100%. Well, over 100% in the case of Spyro 1 and 3. Also, I'd like to say my nostalgia glasses weren't on super tight, as I thoroughly enjoyed these games a second time through. The new soundtrack is as good, if not better, than the old one, and I hope Toys for Bob continues to make Spyro games, as I hope we can finally get a real Spyro 4. But Toys for Bob, if you remake this game and fuck up my hopes and dreams for Spyro 4, I'll fuck you up.
No real threat is being made against anyone working for, associated with, and/or has a relationship with Toys for Bob. Cherry Gamer is just passionate about Spyro and the games he is in, including the pile of awful games that follow the original trilogy, including, but not limited to, Enter the Dragonfly. Please do not make the same mistake as other developers did when given the rights to Spyro and his world. Thank you for your time, effort, and attention to detail in the original trilogy, and if you stick with Spyro, I hope you continue to do an amazing job, just like you did with the first 3 games.
Hey, this came out in 2017! Well, yeah, it's true, but it also came out on Xbox in 2018, which was the first time I played it. Yay, loopholes! Anyway, nothing on this list grabbed my attention from start to finish like this game did. I beat this game in a week, as all I did that entire week besides go to work. I was enthralled in this story, and after beating everything, including a meal, I wanted more, but sadly there just wasn't any. If you see this game on sale, pick it up. It's a thought-provoking game with some of the best gameplay and customization I have seen in years. I'm not spoiling anything in this game. If you haven't played it, go play this game right now.
What's happening?
Metal Gear Survive is the most underrated game of the year. Don't believe all the negativity surrounding this game. Yeah, there's some unnecessary microtransactions. It's a strange mix between tower defense, survival, and stealth, but it somehow works. The only real problem I have with the game so far is how slow-paced it is and how aggravating the hunger and thirst mechanics are. They drain very quickly, and food is very hard to come by. It's a very well-made game that entertains the player to the fullest extent and allows them to reflect on life. Okay, so everything you just heard was pulled from Metacritic from reviews that gave this game a 10 out of 10. This is why you can't trust user reviews, even if the guy's username is Great Reviews. It's rare for an indie game to blow me away and contend for the #1 slot on a top 10 list. However, Celeste is proof that indie games will always have some of the best game designs of all time and can compete with the big AAA developers. This game subtly takes on the huge issues of anxiety and depression, and the story keeps driving you forward because you want the main character to climb this mountain. Because we have all been faced with that tough decision and have been riddled with anxiety or depression, and we're not going to let this little pixelized girl give up. Sorry, that's a little real. Let's get back to the jokes. The entire game is built around two mechanics, jumping and dashing. While simple, it is how the dashing mechanic you use that makes the game so great. Every chapter adds a new thing to dash into or is affected by you dashing. Bubbles, towers of light you can shoot through, and even things that propel you across the screen. It's a great experience. It makes you feel for the characters. My only gripe is that every time someone talks, it sounds like someone put these in this and then hit the start button. After a while though, I got used to it. The best part of this game, it's free on Xbox Live Gold right now. This is a game that needs to be played by everyone because it is for everyone. We have all been knocked down by anxiety or depression at least once or twice in our life, and it may seem like to beat it we have to climb a mountain to get over it, but sometimes it just never goes away. Segue into Charity of the Month! Before I get to my number one pick, the charity I'll be raising awareness for is the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, or ADAA. ADAA is a newer nonprofit established in 1979 dedicated to the prevention, treatment, the cure of anxiety, depression, OCD, PTSD, and co-occurring disorders through education, practice, and research. While that is their brief description, they do so much more, and a link should be on screen now if you wish to learn more about them. Also toss a link in the description. Also, I'll be donating $20 to this charity and implore you to donate something, even if it's just $1. I have a GoFundMe page up and the link is on the screen now. All donations go straight to the organization. Thanks in advance for all your help raising some money for this organization. For anyone that knows me, there's two fictional characters that I love more than the rest. Peter Parker and Sora. The hype for Kingdom Hearts 3 is real, by the way. When I saw this for the first time at E3, I was so excited we were finally getting another open world game from a developer who obviously knew what they were doing. Nothing against Beanox, but their games kind of like this. Great. Good. Amazing. Garbage fire. Then everyone lost their minds over some puddles, but as you can see here, I have fixed the problem. Then we got the game, and the soundtrack, the swinging, the one-liners, they all made you feel like Spyro. No, I'm not saying that. Roger, why'd you put that in the script? Okay, okay, that makes sense. Fine. Spider-Man PS4 gives you the sensation of what it feels like to swing through the city, fight crime, and have superpower on Marvel's Big Apple. Would it have been easier to say it makes you feel like Spider-Man, wouldn't it have? No, Roger, I'm not saying that. But seriously, this game got ripped off at the VGAs, but it is truly the best gaming experience I have had all year. So today I'm giving out my very first CGA to Insomniac for a truly amazing and spectacular game. If you ever want to know what being Spider-Man would feel like, God damn it, Roger! This was the first new game I played this year. It's been a while since I raised my charge blag to the charge blag. My charge blag!